Today I am going to create a simple mobile screen with header and dropper. Editor includes 4 panels. Top panel is a top tool and link bar. Left panel with 3 of elements. Right toolbar is a main tool to manipulate project and project elements properties. And central panel, that is a viewport to demonstrate how design of current screen looks like. Right panel includes project and controls tabs. In the project tab, it is possible to create whole project settings. Background color, status bar background color, status bar text color as well. Window it back. Control tabs contains drag and drop controls, grid and text. Grid can be used for wrapping content. Text is a content. Here can be a text, an image or an icon. I'm going to create a simple screen with the header top of the device, the content below the header, and the drawer left of the device. Drag and drop grid inside a device. I will use it as a main content wrapper. The top grid will be a header. Drag and drop one more grid inside a header. That will be a wrapper for menu button. And then a text control that will be contain a menu icon. If the control did not get into the right place, it is easier to correct their position in the left tree panel, like that. Currently header children set as a column, but we need it looks like a row. Let's align children inside the header. Highlight an element to show details of element in the right panel. Open the Style tab, then Align Children tab. This editor based on CSS rules, and it is not difficult to manipulate element properties if you are familiar with that. If you're not, you can press the Info button and learn how is current property working. Switch on Display property that has properties list with flags as default value. Leave it as it is. Switch on Justify content as well. That contains a list of possible values. And choose a value space between. Okay, we finished with this. Copy menu element to create a right header button and move text between two header buttons. Let's retitle elements to make it more clear. A right button will be an email. Let's add several elements inside the menu button. For menu, I'm going to use an SVG icon. To add it, open Element Details, Styles Main tab, Background tab. We can use background image for this, but it's not useful. We need here a color support for icons. Background image doesn't have it. Let's firstly set up a size of icon. As I said before, the editor is CSS based, so we can just use width and height for this purpose. Then I'm changing a background color. Let's retitle header wrapper to make the screen structure more clear and add a background color. Now you can see that header elements aligned top of the header wrapper. We need it placed in the middle of the center. To fix it, I'm going to add one more style fix: align items to center. And now I'm ready to add icon here. I'm going to do this using the interesting CSS rule as mask image. By default, it already contains an URL to the menu SVG icon. Also, let's add mask repeat property with round value. You can play with it to understand how it works. Making copy of the text control and move it into the right button. Now I need to change an URL of the icon. I use Cloudinary service to store assets. Let's take the icon from there. Now I'm going to set the size of the button wrapper. It will be 35 pixels. Align children to the center. Sometimes it is useful to block children inside wrapper. That way they became non-draggable and easier to work with their parents' wrappers. To do this, need to press lock button for wrapper. I see that I added redundant control into the menu button. Let's fix it. And block children inside it. Looks like the header component ready. Now I'm going to add several tweaks to the content. And add there an image. Only one way to do this is add background image rule. Also, I'm adding the background size and background repeat to no repeat value. Set here size. To remove grid text inside, I will add the text control there and erase text title. Let's add another image. I'll take it in the Cloudinary. and change a background size. With 100 of height, that image looks distorted. We can decrease size, but better in this case, remove height size completely. And an image will return to the original height. Now I am ready to add a drawer. Let's add a grid and set up several CSS rules. Set width to the 0 and height to 100%. Or width to 4 to set a component in the device viewport. Highlight a little bit to make it visible and set position absolute with top 0. Now drawer is visible. Set width back to 0, it will be visible anyway until we add there at least one child. And set background color a little bit lighter. Okay, I finished with that, and now I'm going to add a little trick. I'm adding new style. Change style title for convenience. And set width rule to 70%. To see this change, need to enable the style with click on the check button on the header of the style. Great, it works. But I want the drawer to slide smoothly. And it is possible to do this. Go down and open the Animations tab and switch on a transition rule. It has a default value transition for all CSS rules, half second with animation effect easy out. Now, when I enable style, it will open smoothly, but closing too fast. Repeat the same rule for the main style. Now it works as expected. One more fix. Let's remove drawer text from the drawer. Just drag and drop text inside. It will be a drawer title. Set a few rules for this. Screen works almost as expected. Exclude. The drawer should close when we press the content and open when we press a menu button. We need specific actions for appropriate components. To make it, I highlight a component and in the details bottom of the panel, open actions in the press tab and select disable style for the drawer. Now, when I tap the content, the drawer slides to the left. Here's a small issue. The title of the drawer is still visible. Let's fix it. Okay, there is only one thing left. That is drawer open action. Let's do this for the menu button. Also a little fix for the drawer block children inside it. Let's add few corrections. Move image from grid to the text control. This correction does not affect on the view. It's just to keep correct content placement. And change title view a little bit. If you want to change an icon color, it is easy to do with background color. Like that. I'm going to leave it with a white color. Fine, I've finished. As you see now, it is not difficult and quite fast to create mobile UI design using MUI editor.